like people working on Ukraine, on the regions, we all had calls from, radio stations, TV stations, and were asked for expert commentary. And scholars are paying attention to the atrocities, right? You've mentioned to the war crimes. Many do say that it's a genocide, right? It's not just a war, it's a genocidal war. There was a special issue, I think, at first a round table and then special issue of the leading journal in genocide studies. And I think the editor basically said that, yes, it's a colonial war. The kind of atrocities we see here, were actually common in those colonial conquests of the 19th century, 18th century. There are obvious parallels with Nazi Germany, right, and fighting this war on Eastern Front, which is not just a war, but also a genocide. My colleague Oksana Dudko, I think she's teaching at Saskatoon this year. There was a special issue, the most recent issue of Canadian Slavonic papers is actually dedicated to Ukraine, and Oksana Dudko has an article there on this war as a genocide, discussing the term. And you're absolutely right about the responsibility of scholars. And in my case, the responsibility of historians in particular, since I am a historian, because yes, historians of the region did miss it. They did underplay the threat, especially since Putin is using history a lot as a justification, right? And those statements didn't begin this year or last year, right? We could already see them back in 2014. So, yeah, I agree that historians, at least, many historians of the region do share some moral responsibility for what's happened, because they should have been more vocal, should have taken a much stronger stance against Putin and his misuse of history, starting with 2014 with the annexation of Crimea.